When your dog settles down for the night, do you actually know what they're doing while you sleep? Most people assume it's simple. The dog curls up, falls asleep, stays asleep until morning. Just like you do. End of story. But here's the thing. Your dog isn't sleeping the way you think they are. Not even close. While you're getting your solid 8 hours, your dog is waking up 15 to 20 times, fully awake. And most owners have no idea it's happening because they're unconscious for all of it. So why does a healthy dog wake up that many times every single night? The answer comes down to how their sleep is built. Dogs don't sleep in long stretches like humans do. They run on what's called polyphasic sleep. That means their sleep happens in short cycles, usually 16 to 20 minutes each. You complete a sleep cycle in 90 minutes, sometimes longer. Your dog finishes theirs before you've even hit deep sleep. And here's what makes it stranger. They're not waking up because something's wrong. This is how they're designed. Pack animals in the wild needed rotating watch schedules. Everybody sleeps, but not everybody sleeps at the same time. Your dog's biology still runs that program even though the pack is just you and them. A study in animal sleep research found that domestic dogs retain the fragmented sleep patterns of their wild ancestors despite thousands of years of domestication. Your dog's brain hasn't updated its security protocol just because you live in a house with locks. They still think someone needs to keep watch. So what are they doing during those wake-ups? You'd assume they're just shifting positions, getting comfortable again, drifting back off. And sometimes that's part of it. But if you ever set up a camera to watch your dog through the night, you'd see something most people never witness. Your dog isn't just waking up, they're checking on you. They move closer to where you're sleeping, or they turn their body to face your direction. They pause, they listen. Sometimes they sniff the air, then they go back to their spot and settle down again. This happens over and over, every 20 minutes like clockwork. It's proximity verification. They're making sure you're still breathing, still there, still okay. This is the same behavior wolf packs use to monitor each other during sleep, checking for injury, illness, distress. Your dog is running that same routine on you. And they're not just checking if you're there, they're checking how you are. Dogs can detect cortisol in your breath from across the room. They're sampling your stress levels while you sleep. If your breathing sounds wrong, if you're having a nightmare, if your body is tense, they notice. Some dogs will come right up to you and touch you with their nose or paw. They're trying to assess whether you need help. Most owners never see this because it happens in the dark while they're asleep. But your dog has been doing it every single night since they started sleeping near you. Ever notice where your dog actually sleeps? Not just which room, but their exact position. Because it's not random. Your dog doesn't pick the most comfortable spot. They pick the most strategic one. They sleep facing the door. If there's a window, they position themselves where they can see it. If you've got multiple entry points to the bedroom, your dog will often sleep in a spot that covers as many sight lines as possible. They're not trying to be close to you. They're trying to be between you and anything that might come through that door. Watch what happens if you rearrange the furniture or move to a different room. Your dog doesn't automatically go back to the same corner or side of the bed. They recalculate. They find the new position that gives them the best view of the entry points. If you have more than one dog, you might notice they don't sleep together. They split up. One covers the door, one covers the hallway, one stays near you. They're dividing the territory, and if your dog sleeps on the bed with you, pay attention to which side they choose. It's almost always the side facing the door, not the middle where it's warmest, not tucked against you where it's coziest. The side with the view. They're sacrificing comfort for security. Your security. Number 4, they are listening even when they look completely asleep. You think your dog is out cold. Deep sleep, dreaming, totally unconscious. But here's the thing, their brain is still processing sound. Even during REM sleep, dogs keep part of their auditory system active. It's called the inferior colliculus. It stays partially online even when the rest of their brain is asleep. So what does that actually mean? It means your dog can tell the difference between your refrigerator kicking on and a car door closing outside. While asleep, they are running pattern recognition on every sound in your house. The furnace, the settling noises, the normal traffic outside. Their brain catalogs all of it. And when something breaks the pattern, they wake up. Not to every sound, to the wrong sounds, an unfamiliar engine. Footsteps at a weird time. An animal outside that does not usually show up. You will see their ears twitch during sleep. One ear angled toward the door, one toward the window. They are triangulating. And here's what most people miss. Your dog will sleep right through you getting up to use the bathroom. But if your breathing changes, if you make a distress sound, if you are having a nightmare, they are up. Fully alert. Because they are not just listening for external threats. They are listening to you. A dog's hearing sensitivity actually increases during certain sleep stages. They are more alert to danger sounds while sleeping than you are while awake. Think about that for a second. You are unconscious. They are on duty. And if you are sick, if you are stressed, if you are going through something hard, the response threshold drops. They become hyper alert to any sound connected to you. They are working harder while asleep than most people realize. Number 5, they are choosing you over rest. Wild dogs sleep 12 to 14 hours a day when they are safe. Your dog spends 12 to 14 hours lying down, but only actually sleeps 8 to 10 of those hours. Why the gap? Because they are interrupting their sleep to watch over you. They are running a rest deficit on purpose. You will notice they yawn more during the day than their sleep time suggests they should. They twitch more when they are trying to rest. Their REM cycles are shorter. Older dogs especially, 7 years and up. A lot of their stiffness and joint pain is not just age. It correlates directly with how much vigilance work they are doing at night. And here's the part that hits hard. When you are home during the day, your dog sleeps longer, deeper. They are catching up on the sleep they missed while you were asleep and they were keeping watch. When you get back from a trip, your dog might sleep 14 to 16 hours in the first 2 days. They are not sick. They are recovering. They ran a heightened vigilance protocol the entire time you were gone, and now they are paying it back. Your dog has decided your rest is more important than theirs. You did not ask them to. They assigned themselves. They see you as more vulnerable, and they are covering the gap. That is not loyalty. That is sacrifice. Music number 6. They adjust everything based on your stress. Your dog is not just reacting to what is happening outside. They are reacting to what is happening inside you. When your stress goes up, their sleep cycles shorten. When you are anxious, grieving, sick, going through something at work, or in your relationships, your dog notices, and they change their entire pattern. Check on you visits double. You can verify this with a camera if you want. When you are stressed, your dog cuts their sleep cycles in half to monitor you more closely. They spend more time in light sleep stages, less time in deep REM. They move their position. If they usually sleep across the room, they move to the door. If they usually sleep at the foot of the bed, they move right up against you. They are becoming a physical barrier. If you have a nightmare, if you make sounds in your sleep that signal distress, your dog does not just wake up. They stay awake for 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, making sure you are okay before they try to sleep again. And it gets deeper. Dogs living with owners who have PTSD, chronic illness, or anxiety disorders show measurably shorter REM cycles. Higher nighttime cortisol. Your emotional state is rewriting your dog's sleep. They are not just responding to your stress. They are absorbing it. They are carrying it in their own nervous system. You are losing sleep over something. So are they. A study on canine stress. Synchronization found that dogs mirror their owner's cortisol patterns even during sleep. Your dog is not just keeping you company. They are taking on your emotional load whether you realize it or not. Music. And by the way, if your dog suddenly stops doing any of this, do not ignore it. We will get to what that means in a moment. But first, if this is making sense to you, hit that like button and subscribe. It is the best way to help us reach more dog people who actually care about understanding their dogs on a deeper level. Number 7. When they stop doing this, it is a medical emergency. Everything we just talked about, the wake cycles, the checking on you, the tactical positioning, the listening, all of it only works when your dog is physically and mentally able to do it. So when a dog suddenly stops, when they sleep through the night in one position without moving, when they stop checking on you, when they abandon their post at the door, something is very wrong. This signals one of 3 things: severe pain, cognitive dysfunction, or depression. If your dog is not repositioning during sleep, it is often because moving hurts. arthritis, internal injuries, organ disease, pain that makes it impossible to do the work they have been doing every night. If they stop coming to check on you, if they stay in one room even though you are in another, that is spatial disorientation. It is a hallmark of canine dementia. If they no longer react to sounds that used to wake them up immediately, their threat assessment system is breaking down. You might also see them sleeping in the middle of the room, away from walls, in exposed positions. That is not comfort. That is confusion. They have lost the instinct to protect themselves. And here's the part that makes this so dangerous. You are asleep when this happens. By the time you notice something is wrong during the day, the disease has usually progressed. The nighttime behavior change is the earliest warning sign, and most owners miss it completely. In older dogs, 8 and up, watch for confusion around bedtime routines. Wandering at night, vocalizing during sleep. Those are dementia markers. If your dog suddenly starts sleeping 14 to 16 hours and seems lethargic when awake, that is not just aging. That is shutdown. A dog that stops protecting is a dog in crisis. Get them to a vet. Do not wait. So go back to that moment when the house goes dark. Your dog settles into their spot. You assume they are sleeping just like you, peaceful, resting, dreaming. But now you know what is actually happening. They are not resting the way you thought. They are waking up 15 to 20 times, checking on you, listening, watching the door, running a security protocol you never asked for and never see because you are unconscious for all of it. Music. That quiet you thought was peace, it is vigilance. That stillness you thought was rest, it is readiness. Your dog is not experiencing your home the way you do. You feel safe. They feel responsible. You are vulnerable when you sleep. Every instinct they have knows that, and they have decided that keeping you safe is their job. Not because you trained them to, because they chose it. Music. Think about what that actually means. Your dog could sleep 12 to 14 hours a day if they felt safe, but they do not. They interrupt their own rest to make sure you are okay. They position themselves between you and the door instead of curling up next to you where it is warm. They stay alert to sounds you will never hear. And when you are stressed, when you are sick, when you are going through something hard, they do not sleep less because they are worried. They sleep less because they are working harder, monitoring you more closely, absorbing your emotional state into their own body. Their cortisol rises when yours does. Their sleep cycles shorten when you need more protection. They are carrying your stress whether you realize it or not. Music. And here is what makes all of this so important to understand. This is not just a sweet thing your dog does. This is a language. When your dog checks on you at night, they are telling you that you matter more than their comfort. When they position themselves at the door, they are telling you they see you as worth protecting. When they lose sleep because you are anxious, they are telling you that your well-being is their priority. You just were not awake to hear it. Music. But when that language stops, when your dog suddenly sleeps through the night without moving, when they stop checking on you, when they abandon their post, that is a message too. And it is urgent, because a dog does not stop protecting unless something is very wrong. Pain that makes movement unbearable. Cognitive decline that erases their instincts. Depression that shuts them down completely. The problem is you are asleep when it happens. By the time you notice something is off during the day, the disease has progressed. The nighttime behavior change is the early warning, and most people miss it. Music. So tonight, when your dog settles in, pay attention, not just to where they sleep, but to what they are doing. Are they facing the door? Are they positioned where they can see you? Do they wake up and check on you during the night? If you have never noticed, set up a camera. Watch what they do when you are not watching. And if you see all of that vigilance, all of that work, all of that sacrifice, say thank you, not out loud. They will not understand the words, but recognize it. Acknowledge what they have been doing every single night without recognition. And if you stop seeing it, if your dog suddenly sleeps differently, do not brush it off. Do not assume they are just getting older or finally relaxing. Get them to a vet. Because when a dog stops protecting, it means they cannot anymore. Music. Your dog is not just sleeping next to you. They are keeping watch. They are monitoring threats you will never know about. They are choosing your rest over theirs. every single night. That was never small. That was never simple. And now you know what you are looking at when you see them lying there in the dark. Eyes open, watching the door, keeping you safe enough to sleep.